Clint.
What's up?
What up, dude?
How you doing?
Good, man.
Pound that fist, dude.
Brian, what's up, bro?
Yo.
It's a good day.
It is a great day.
Yeah.
Before we get started with some really exciting things that we have today. You know how Brian's been kind of cranky lately?
Yeah, he has been. Just a little bit. Just kind of a little bit edgy.
I figured it out, though, and I'm willing to grant a full pass.
A full pass?
A full pass. He'll get a full pass.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to need to hear what you think this reasoning is. Because I'm not.
Brian's getting married.
He is.
Brian is getting married in less than 2 months. Brian will be a married man. That can be stressful.
Yeah, but it's still, like it's like a month and a half.
Oh, I want to slap him
still
right
a lot.
in his lips.
Yeah,
constantly.
right in his lips.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not even in the cheek, dude.
No, right on the lips.
How would you like a little pop right in the lips, man? Just pop.
But I get it. He's been a little cranky lately, but I'm willing to give him the pass.
Okay.
He's getting married. It's a big step.
And he is in school too.
He's in school.
He's got a lot going on.
Works full time.
Yep.
Probably does the most of anybody.
Probably. You're probably
And
right.
he's getting married.
Hey, Brian, honestly, dude, I love you.
Yeah.
You do a great job.
Thanks.
there he is. There he is.
Oh, goodness.
I wanted to say something sarcastic, but that was nice.
Yeah,
Hey,
it wouldn't have been funny anyways.
Unbelievable, both of you.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
I'm excited about your wedding, though.
Oh, I'm super pumped, man.
There's a couple
I am.
reasons I'm excited.
Tell me.
This is the first wedding that I will be officiating.
Yeah.
Officiating, is that what we call it? Officiating.
And who would you say you're modeling your wardrobe after for officiating this wedding?
Well, David Beckham
Okay.
and Ryan Seacrest.
Okay.
When it comes to suits, when it comes to the suit game, those are the two guys I'm looking at.
I was hoping you were going to say like Al Sharpton and TD Jakes. I want you to go real
I'll leave
baggy.
that for you.
I want you to go real baggy, and I want a big old tie.
Yeah.
Are you getting a little pocket piece?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Gosh, tie clip. No,
Tie clip, dude. No.
You're not doing a tie clip.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nerd.
I'll bet that David Beckham uses a tie clip, but
I bet
sure,
he doesn't.
dude. All
Find
right.
David Beckham with a tie clip.
Whatever,
I challenge
man.
you to find that picture.
Whatever.
Doesn't happen.
But
I'm excited. So I'm officiating. It's the first wedding I get to officiate. Excited about that. But it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
See, Brian's marrying up.
Yes.
And this wedding is at a plantation in South Georgia.
Yep.
So a lot of people, like live orchestra. The whole I mean, it's like a wedding you would see like in the movies, I feel.
Yep.
It's a string quartet.
String quartet. Sorry, excuse
Wow.
me.
Wow.
We don't
Yeah.
have a full orchestra.
And caviar
Yeah, okay.
hors d'oeuvres too, huh?
Yeah.
No.
What's the menu looking like?
It's a couple different things. There's like oysters,
Yeah.
fried chicken,
Okay, that's not impressive.
Give me some
Salmon.
oysters though, dude.
Yeah.
salmon steak.
Is it AYCE though? Because I'm about to put that whole catering company out of business
Yeah.
if I get all you can eat oysters.
It is. All you can eat oysters.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
We're shutting down a business at your wedding, dude. They're going bankrupt.
I mean, until they run out.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it's gonna, dude. It is. It's gonna be a big
So-
deal, and you're gonna be the guy that essentially this whole thing hinges on. Given the bride and groom show up, everything else is basically on you.
Right. I'm still laying 2-to-1 odds that this ain't happening.
I'll take money at
Hunter
2 to
is
1,
going to
dude.
wake up
Yeah.
one day and go, Brian? Cranky Brian? I'm just kidding. She doesn't get cranky Brian. We only get cranky Brian.
Yeah, that's true.
She gets
But-
cranky Brian sometimes.
Does she? Well, hey.
Yeah.
It's okay. She'll be getting cranky
You're gonna,
Brian.
dude. Your band for your wedding too is like phenomenal.
Yeah,
Have you
they're
seen the videos of those guys?
No.
Dude, it's like having Earth, Wind, and Fire at your
Oh my
wedding.
gosh.
They're so good.
So the wedding's
Yeah.
about 350 people, which the numbers don't really make me nervous, the number of people, but it's the fact that this wedding's just a big deal, and I got to come in guns blazing, just ready to do some officiating.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
yeah.
This isn't I don't get a warm up.
No, well, there's a rehearsal, but
Yeah.
you're still
I don't
not
get, like, a
hitting the
warm-up
whole
wedding.
thing though. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, a little nervous, but I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
you're gonna end up reading a lot, and I know that you're a bad reader too, though. Like you don't read well, and so if you're gonna be reading, I would suggest
I don't read
I would
good.
suggest a larger print, And
Okay.
you know, I don't. If are you using an iPad or like, are you gonna have one of those leather bound like big things that they only use at weddings? That's just gonna hold all your notes and stuff.
You know what's funny? I was actually just thinking about that like a couple days ago. Like, what am I going to be holding?
Yeah.
Like, how do I want this?
Dude,
So-
I had a planner here, and Sean Loftus, he used to work here, came and visit, and he picks it up and goes, "Hey, can I have this?" And I'm like, "What? Why? I bought that." And he's like, "I need it for a wedding. I
Yep.
just need it to look
Yep.
professional while I hold it."
Dude,
Okay.
every person officiating a wedding, that's like
And then he
something
took
they
it.
think about. So I actually have one if you want to borrow it. It's nice, big, and leather. It's real thin though, so it's like large. So you can fit full sheets of paper in there. But
yeah.
I used it for my first wedding.
Oh, hit
You
me
know?
with that.
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
But
in.
it's gonna be fun, dude. We'll see.
And you're in the wedding
We'll see.
party.
I am. But actually,
For
and it's
some
funny. Yeah, I know. It's funny too because both of us were second choices.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of a big bummer. But it also makes your wedding way more awesome.
You were
So-
both
true.
second choices to the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
just a weird turn of events.
he double bailed on you.
Yeah.
He bailed marrying you, and then he bailed being in your wedding party. But hey, bringing in the ringers now.
You got a couple class
Well,
Bs that are awesome over here.
I will say he didn't bail doing your job. I just said that he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't technically bail on being a groomsman, but he also didn't say.
No, don't
that
be shy about
was
it. It's
gonna-
okay. But dude, that's gonna
So-
be a great wedding. We'll have a great time. We're gonna have an awesome time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What's been going on with you, man? Been busy?
Just getting that Christmas spirit. Thanksgiving is over. Went hung out with some in-laws at Thanksgiving. It was a nice time, but it's over, and I am headlong into the Christmas season. I have got my kids just pumped about Christmas. Every night, our goal is to every night watch a Christmas movie as a family and just really get the spirit going. Last night we watched on Netflix. It's called The Christmas Chronicles, and it's a Netflix movie, and it was pretty good. It had Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. Goldie Hawn made a little appearance at the end,
Okay.
and I mean, it was just a silly kids movie, but good times.
Dude, I am so sad that Thanksgiving's over because that is the best holiday that exists. There's
False.
nothing better than Thanksgiving where you still get to
False.
you get to gather family, you get to hang out, but the whole point is to just get together and eat.
Yeah.
The expectations that come with Christmas is just so much. Like, I don't care about gifts. I don't care about receiving gifts. And honestly, like, the Christmas season itself is just like whatever to me. Like, I don't like it. And so everything that you're saying, I just genuinely don't
Good.
care.
Well,
I wish you would have answered that question
So,
differently.
today we did some Christmas decorating,
Yes, we did. Actually, and
and
that was,
we did
that
lay
was-
some snow down that was like this cottony stuff.
Yeah.
And there is a chunk of it hanging from the bottom of your beard right now.
Is it really?
Yeah. So go ahead and get that, Mr. I Hate Christmas, with the fake.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You and kid can't even see it, dude. Look at
So-
that.
because
That's
you're
so funny.
You're telling me how much you hate Christmas with fake snow dangling from your beard, and I'm like, that's not
You're
that's
right.
not what a guy that
I
hates
love
Christmas
Yeah.
has dangling from his
Yeah,
beard.
I know.
So-
But your face is covered in glitter though too. So like, dude,
I
even
know.
in your beard, you just
Yeah.
we're just all jacked up. But that's okay, dude.
I'm okay
But
with it.
I'm excited to like with Christmas with my son. I'm sure that I'll learn to love it a little bit. But at this moment in my life, like I'm just not pumped about it.
First Christmas though, as a dad,
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
They only get better, actually.
Yeah.
They get more expensive because right now, like they have no clue.
Yeah.
You can get them nothing.
Yeah.
And they won't love you any
there's
less.
no
for it.
clue.
But then they get older and they start wanting stuff,
Yeah,
and they want a lot of stuff.
yeah.
And it's just
Do you guys do
Money.
Santa? Do you do Santa with your family?
well. I told my son this a few years back. He's 8 years old now. This might have been when he was 3 or 4. My wife she did Santa.
Okay.
I grew up. My parents, we never did Santa.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
So my son, we were talking about asking for presents, and he said, "Hey, do I need to like write Santa a letter or ask Santa for presents?" And I said, "Yeah, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you actually want presents, you're gonna need to ask me because your pops is the one that's ponying up the dough. Because Santa isn't real and he doesn't exist. And hey, just being real with you, son.
Yeah.
Now that's stock up.
Yeah.
Now that's go hard at Christmas time.
See, I
so,
like that. I like
you know.
that. Yeah, my dad was the kind of guy that they didn't care either way. They just never really put any time or effort into like doing Santa. They just didn't care.
Right.
And my dad was the kind of guy that was like, "Hey, if you're getting a bunch of stuff, some dude in an ether nowhere is not about to get all the credit because your boy is the one out here slaving to get it, you know?" So like my dad was just straight up that same way, dude. And
Right.
I respect that in a big way. That's why I'm
Yeah.
leaning towards not doing that with my kid. But what I don't want, you don't want your kid to be the turd that walks in like first grade and is telling all the kids like, "Yo, dude, Santa's not real. We've never done Santa in my house." Now, if he's in 7th grade and he's doing that, that's fair game because there should be no 13-year-old anywhere that still believes in Santa. Just straight up.
Well, there's a second part to the story.
Okay.
So I told him this. My wife, she's now mad at me.
Oh,
So I don't really ever bring it up again.
yeah.
And I think he forgot about that conversation. And
Oh.
I'm about 89% sure he believes in Santa as we speak.
Yeah,
And I
you
don't
said
have
he's
the
what, 3 or 4?
When that happened,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
8 now, so yeah, I'm not sure. But dude, we got something fun today.
We do.
Something I'm looking forward to.
We do.
Something that's things that we need to get off our chest, things
Yeah.
that we need to talk about. But you and I have each made a list
We have.
of 5 things that we hate and 5 things that we love.
Yep.
And I think, it's going to be good for people to get to know us. And I would say the hate. I mean, hate's such a strong word.
Sure.
Let's just say 5 pet peeves or things we dislike.
Okay.
But we'll say hate.
Yeah.
5 things that we hate,
Yeah.
5 things that we love.
Yep. I'm excited.
I
You
think-
brought this idea up and I was like, there's nothing better than to just talk about things that are just so like you're one way or the other. You're hot or
Right.
cold. Because talking about stuff in the middle is like, whatever. Like we can just chat all day, but to really talk about stuff you're passionate about on either end of the
Yeah,
spectrum.
so I think what we should do is I think we should start with 5 things that we hate.
Okay.
I'll go, then you go,
Okay.
and we'll each discuss one. And then we'll jump. We want to end on a good note.
Yep.
So we want to end with the things that we love.
Yeah, we'll end happy.
and then we'll see what's going on in the news.
we will.
Let's do that. So,
all right.
why don't you start off
Okay.
with something that you hate?
All right. I'm going to start off simple and then we're just going to get even a little bit more deep
Okay.
into just me as we go. The first thing that I absolutely hate are scary movies. And here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I tell everybody, right? Why on earth would I pay $12.50 to go and pee my pants when I can do that at home?
Well, scary movies are fake, and they are entertainment.
Okay, there's also there's no reason that there should be massive groups of people that just want to go and just have eerie music played for 2.5 hours with just dudes in masks jumping around. It's the same reason I don't go to haunted houses. There's no reason for me to pony up money to go and sit in this theater and just be screaming like a tiny little girl and peeing my pants. There's no reason.
So you're
for it.
easily scared, is what you're
Oh,
saying.
I'm extremely easily scared. Absolutely.
Okay, well, that
yeah,
makes sense.
I don't like it. I don't think that there's a place for it in regular people's lives. I don't understand why.
You and my wife would not have made it past the second date. She loves scary movies.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I don't hate them. Never been a fan. Didn't really grow up watching them.
Yep.
But I've watched more scary movies since we've been married than 100 times more than I ever seen before that in my life. Because I
Yep.
never really watched them anyway. She loves them, and she'll watch those B, C, D movies.
No, see, because then it's just bad.
Oh,
I would
real
understand it being like a big name. It's like a big thriller. I don't even mind thriller movies where like there's a couple times something pop out, but like just horror, I don't get it. I don't like it and I don't get it.
I want to actually see a movie that genuinely scares me.
You've never had one.
No, I'm just they don't scare me. I'm just not. I'm like, it's a movie. I'm not scared. I mean, those jump scares, like every now and again, I'm like, but I'm not genuinely like frightened by a movie.
I don't know, man. I get caught up in my head, and so I go home and I lay in bed, and then I'm just thinking about it, and then I'm just like, I make sure the doors are locked, kind of thing. Like, I don't know, dude. I get weird.
Have you all
I
seen
get
that
weird.
movie Mirrors
No.
with the guy from 24?
Nope.
Anyway,
Jack Bauer.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't remember
no.
the actor's name. But that movie's got like demons and stuff in it, and there's like a parallel world where like when you look in the mirror, like there's another side of it, and they can control what happens to you. So like there's scenes of
Not
like
scary.
See,
there's
I don't
scenes
like
of like
that.
people getting killed by like their reflections and stuff.
Oh, see, I don't
And,
like
like,
that at all.
I'll like get up to go pee during that movie, and like I walk right into the bathroom and I look straight down. I'm like, cover my eyes because I
Don't look-
I don't
don't
wanna
look in the
at
mirror.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch scary movies either if I was so affected by them. If they were negatively affecting my life like that, I guess you're right. So I can understand why you would hate
Okay.
that.
Tell me your
right.
first.
Something that I hate. It's my number one. You know when it's in Florida we get those torrential downpours.
Yep.
And even when it's not a torrential downpour, when it's just a solid like steady rain.
Oh, absolutely.
People that drive with their flashers on. I absolutely hate it. All you're doing is you are letting me know that you are currently panicking in your car. Because if you can't handle it, just get off
Get
the
off
road.
the road. Stop driving.
Stop
That's so
driving.
true.
Well, the problem with
That's
that
so
too
true.
is I think it's actually like against the law.
Yeah,
to
it's
drive
not-
with your hazards on.
It's not
because
legal.
When your
Yeah.
hazards are on, it indicates that you're stopped and parked on the side of the road. So
Exactly.
if you're driving, then people may consider you stopped, and it just causes confusion.
Yeah. It can
The
cause
thing
a lot
is,
of
if you
damage.
have your headlights on, your taillights will also be on.
Yep.
Like we don't need to flash everything because you're about to cause a wreck.
Yeah.
I want to hit those people. Like you think you're being safer with your flashers on, and I'm doing everything in my power just to not just give you
Yeah.
right on the road.
Just a little tap.
I can't stand it. Like, stop panicking. Get off the road. Get far off the road. The beautiful thing about Florida rain is it'll be gone in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
be back on the road in no time.
So it is funny though, because I've never thought about, because I've thought about like, oh, they're trying to warn everyone around them. Like, oh, guess what? It's raining. It's like, hey, I know it's raining. I'm driving as well, but I've never thought about the fact that like, if they turn them on, dude, they're the ones that are sitting in their car and they're like, I can't see anything.
Yeah. You're panicking.
I can't see.
That's all that says to me. That
So
you
funny.
are a panicking driver right now. You're probably going to do something else irrational. Like, it's awful. So
That's really funny.
That's something that I definitely hate.
That's
Definitely
really
hate
funny.
I
I like
agree.
it. Something that kind of along the same lines is the next one that I hate.
that. Okay.
Okay. So since we're talking about traffic stuff, I hate people that ride their bikes in the road. Hey, genius, find a sidewalk or go to Planet Fitness and hop on a fitness bike. You don't need to be out here in your spandex taking up half the road, because guess what happens when I'm on a 2-lane, dude? I got to go up and almost hit you just to make sure I'm not fully in the other lane while cars are coming head on. What a ridiculous thing people do. How stupid is that?
Well, let me just. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It is annoying.
Okay.
But I think a lot of it's annoying is because Tallahassee is the least conducive city for bike riders.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've been to other bigger cities where they have full bike lanes every road. They're not in the way of the traffic.
Yep.
And biking is a part of just kind of is a part of the traffic. They are traffic as well. They're moving. They're moving with everything. But yes, this town. We don't have bike lanes on a lot of the roads.
Yeah,
and then, but you're right. Like the guys that will get out there on those 2-lane roads, the groups of them.
Yep.
There's like 15.
It's horrible.
And I'm sorry. You guys own the road.
Yeah.
Let me go 5 miles an hour.
Yeah,
in my
so
car.
either I'm back here driving 7 miles an hour and it's going to take me half an hour longer to get to wherever I'm going, or I try and go around you, hope to God nobody kind of slips off to the left and I hit them, or a car comes by while I'm trying to pass. Like what? It's unbelievable. I can't believe that we still allow people to do it. And even the bike lanes that we do have, like, dude, they're tiny and one little slip and somebody's getting hit.
Well,
It's unreasonable.
there was somebody in our town a year or two ago that they got hit.
Yep.
And they died. And it's horrible, but I mean I feel like, hey, obviously I don't want to ever hurt anybody on a bike.
No.
But man, like when you're on those 2-lane roads, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Hey, dude,
you're on a bike.
there's a gym near you that has bikes that don't move.
Have
And
you
can-
been
You can do it
driving
inside.
on Crump over here? and you go around those blind turns.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I'm
And
talking
I'm always
about.
afraid that like there's a biker because there's always bikers.
Yep.
And someone's gonna try to go around the biker, and you're gonna go around it, and they're gonna be in your lane. And then
Yep. Those small back roads, man.
Right.
That's tough.
Well, you're right, but
That's
I agree.
tough.
Bikers,
Yep. Agreed.
stay off the road.
Get off
or
the
get in a bike lane.
Yeah, get on a big road.
Do some homework ahead of time. Find the roads with bike lanes. Ride them.
Or just go to the gym. I don't know. Maybe
right.
I'm crazy.
Agree. All right, next thing I hate. This one really just, I don't know why. I have no reason to really hate
burns
this,
you
but
up.
it just burns me. There could have been a natural disaster. There could have been I've seen it when there was a shooting in a town, but people start marking themselves safe on Facebook. If they're from that town or from that area, they start marking themselves safe. Hey, I don't care. Let me tell you also why I hate it. Then my mind really starts racing, and everybody that's normal that hasn't marked themselves safe, I start going, are they dead?
They're not safe.
Yeah. And so when, especially when something happens when, there was one where it was an incident like out in California.
Yeah.
Somebody I'm friends with lived out there, and it was an incident that affected it was a shooting, and like 2 people were shot. I mean,
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We're talking about Los Angeles or Southern California where there's millions of people.
Yep.
And this person marked themselves safe. I was like, well,
It's a lot of people.
never
out
the
there,
thought
yeah.
hadn't even crossed my mind that you were one. So it drives me crazy. Just
That is ridiculous.
But social media, this is the thing. Like people think they're so important.
Yep.
That everybody's wondering if you're safe.
People think
and
that
we're
people
not.
care. Yep.
We're not. We don't.
Honestly, if people actually cared, or if you cared, if people knew, why don't you just give somebody a call instead of shooting it out to all of your friends that most of them probably aren't your friends and honestly probably don't even really know who you are? Like, they don't care. But you're taking the time to go on social media just to let everybody know.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You
I
know,
don't
like
that.
if somebody cared about you and something happened in your town or in your area, they would text you
Exactly.
or call
That's
you
what I'm
and
saying.
say, "Hey, man, is everything all right? You need anything?"
Yep.
But you just going out and saying, "Hey, all 2,000 of my friends need to know that I'm safe," and they don't. They don't.
Agreed. All right. My next one. And there's not a lot to say about this, but it is really something that I hate. Simply making decisions. Whether it's as small as like, hey, where should we go to eat tonight? Or, hey, where do you want to go on vacation next year? Big decisions, small decisions, I don't like it. I don't like people asking or putting the pressure on me to make decisions. If I make a decision on my own and I'm just like going through my day and I'm just like, boom, making decisions, boom, just doing it, that's fine. But whenever somebody's like, hey, I need to know what you want for Christmas. And I'm like, I don't know.
Why is that?
I don't know. That gives me a ton of stress.
I'm completely the opposite
It
of
gives
that.
me a ton of stress.
I
don't know.
prefer you let me make the decision.
Oh, sure.
So that's good to know. But why is that? It just stresses you out. You're going to make the wrong decision?
Yeah, I think that's what it
Okay.
is. I think I do, to a certain extent, have a fear of missing out. I think I do have a little bit of FOMO. And so, like, whenever I'm making a decision to go do something or, go and hang out with somebody or not hang out with somebody, like, things like that where people put the pressure on, I do have a little bit of that fear of missing out. I get a little bit of, like, stress. It's just unnecessary stress for me. I'd much rather me come home and my wife be like, yo, I want this for dinner. And I'm like, perfect. Because I'm easy going anyway. So it's like, that sounds great. But if somebody else takes that mental capacity to just make decisions like that, it's fantastic for me. If I have an opinion, I'll say it.
I
but most of the
always
time I
actually
don't.
thought you were a man, but now it's weird to find out you're not, and your wife wears the pants.
No, I most definitely. My wife doesn't like making decisions either. So a
Oh,
lot of times we just
great
end up
household.
running in the same circle. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're a bit like I'm saying, if I have like a conviction of my own about a big decision, or if I just am driving home and I'm like, I need pizza tonight, I'm gonna say it. But when somebody else is putting pressure on me to make a decision, that's whenever my mind gets cloudy. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I mean,
I get not making decisions that are farther in the future. Like, even if you're asking me, like, what do I want to do this weekend? I'm like, I don't know. It's not the weekend yet.
Mm.
But I will say, if I'm going to dinner, I can make a decision.
Yeah.
Or if it is Friday, I'll make a decision on what to do.
Yep.
I just don't. I'm not going like, oh, what am I gonna do 3 weeks from now? Let's make plans. Like,
Yep.
Okay, hey,
I'm
nerds.
Like, it's too early to know.
Nerds, just call me. I'll make your decisions for you.
Okay. Deal.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it.
Let me go back here. All right, number 3.
Number
The number 3 thing I hate. This may hit a little close
Yep.
to home for you, but I hate flat earthers.
Really?
Absolutely, positively cannot stand if you think the Earth is flat.
I agree.
That is, listen. I'm not going to get into a debate here. I'm not going to start making claims of why the Earth is round. Simply put, I'll leave it at this: you are a Class A moron if you think the Earth is flat.
So I was driving to work. I think this was yesterday, and I was about 5 minutes from work, and then this thought popped in my head, and I kind of laughed because I thought, what is it like to be Clint and drive to work thinking that the Earth is flat? What an idiot!
Okay.
Wow. Well, hold on a second.
Look,
Brian's just throwing shade on you. Now I was gonna let it go with you. We've been down this road.
No.
Here's the weird thing: you and I have been down this road plenty of times, Clint, with Brian as well, and we've had many arguments, many debates.
I wouldn't call them arguments.
But just a few days ago, it was weird. I kind of actually got I've let the flat Earth thing go. Clearly, Brian and I have debunked this flat Earth thing to you hundreds of times. But yesterday or a few days ago, I got into another YouTube hole of listening to flat earthers and people that were on different radio programs, just all these things. There is not one flat earther that is not an idiot, an absolute idiot when you hear them talk. I mean, it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for them. Anyway, don't like flat earthers. I love you though. I don't even consider you a flat earther.
I don't even know if I consider myself a flat earther.
Right. So,
but your whole point right here leads me to my 4th thing that I hate, and that's closed-minded people. Because both of you are absolutely guilty of just accepting whatever anybody says to you.
It's not
And
true.
I don't want to hear a rebuttal from you because I gave you a minute without talking. So here's the problem, okay? Just because you get some information on YouTube doesn't make it false. It also doesn't make it true. So guess what, dude? If you're going on there and you're listening to some numbnut, talk about the flat earth, absolutely. But whenever you talk to somebody that actually has some education and is just saying, hey, guess what? Could be. That's all I'm saying. It could be.
Ooh.
Have you ever been up in space?
Ooh.
No, you haven't. So can you objectively say that? No, you can't. You can trust other people and make an educated opinion and have your mind kind of made up in terms of like, yeah, sure. Like there's some parameters and I can absolutely like say this checks box A, B, and C. Like, sure, you could say that, but with 100% certainty, you can't say it. And all I'm saying is, why can't we have a fun conversation without somebody getting pissed off and blowing up? That's all I'm saying.
You're a moron, and I have a migraine now.
Okay. Hey, Brian, our guest is actually at the front door. Can you run and go grab them really quick? Just
Hey,
right at
really?
the front door, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then I'm going to talk bad about you behind your back.
Yeah. Go
No,
ahead.
but genuinely,
Go
we
ahead and
do
that.
we do actually have a guest just popping in. If
Oh,
that's
nice.
okay with you, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So listen, that was a thing you hated.
Yeah.
Closed-minded people. I get that. I'm not even going to talk flat earth anymore. I
Yep.
said my piece.
I get it.
But closed-minded people are.
Yes.
I don't feel as if I'm closed-minded. I feel like I was very open-minded,
No.
and
No.
you gave me a lot of information.
You were.
And hold on a second. I've even told you that I don't know if to even call them arguments, but I've even told you that some of the stances that you took were very compelling.
Yeah.
I feel like I had an open mind.
Yeah.
But I think there's a point to where your mind is. My mind was open enough to realize how stupid so many things are. And
Sure.
I'm not going on that. But you're right. Closed-minded people, absolutely.
Sure.
Annoying.
Yeah. And that just comes with everything, man. I hate whenever
worst.
you can't just get into a conversation with somebody and just be like, "Hey man, I understand like I might be wrong about some things. Can we talk about, and just kind of go and just be like, hey, I'm kind of open to whatever. There's so many people that just won't even hear you out because they're so dead set in their ways.
Kind of along those lines too. I've always been annoyed with people that like it's impossible to change their mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of it's like you're just so stuck. You're so set. Nobody can change their mind.
Yep.
Whoa!
What's up?
What's up, dude? Sit down. Pull up a mic.
We're live right now, so if you just want to hop on, Brian, just make sure he's recording. What's up, dude? How are you? We got some guests in the half room studio. So right now we're just in the middle of a little segment. We're talking about 5 things that we love and 5 things that we hate. And we're just kind of breaking it down
out of everything in life.
And so we made a couple lists, so you can kind of just comment too as we go, and just some kind of add some conjecture.
All right, so number 4, the number 4 thing that I hate.
Yep, tell me.
Is, and this is kind of little, but I hate it. It's the cultural appropriation on children's Halloween costumes. It drives me crazy. Exactly.
That's exactly it.
That's my example.
Yeah.
So apparently,
that's funny.
Unless you are, Pacific Islander, which is like 0.00000000001% of the population, rounded, roughly, you can't dress up as Moana. My daughter loves Moana. But even the other princesses, I just think for kids, listen, I'm not about to make some Megyn Kelly claim here.
Sure.
If you're an adult,
if you're an adult, maybe we can use some different
might be
judgments.
a little far, yeah.
But if you're dressing your kid up as somebody that
their favorite character,
they're watching movies, just relax.
Yeah, just chill out a little bit. It's Halloween. That's the whole point, dude. That's the whole point. But it is sad though that your daughter would dress. I mean, could go dressed as like. What are they gonna? She's gonna be like an Indian. Like, what do they think she is?
Who?
Does she have to say like she puts on her outfit and she goes out as Moana? What do people think she is? They think she's Moana, or does it not matter?
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm basically just saying like if you get dressed up, like do you have to put on like because what does Moana even wear?
It's a pretty distinct. You can probably buy the costume.
Yeah,
you
can buy a Moana
okay.
costume.
I'm just thinking it kind of looks kind of Indian, like an Indian.
People were up in
arms.
She's
not Indian.
What is she?
She's South.
Yeah, she's
Pacific
like
Islander.
like Hawaiian.
Moana with
I don't know
with
anything
the,
about
the
anything.
movie with The Rock.
Yeah, I know what the movie is.
Maui.
Oh, okay.
He's never
I thought
watched
she was
it.
Is she Samoan?
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
it doesn't
think
matter.
she's Samoan.
But yeah, no. I get it.
No.
I get the cultural appropriation of Halloween sucks.
It just drives me
Especially
crazy
for kids. For
Yeah.
kids.
That's
Yeah,
the thing for kids.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're gonna try to be outrageous and you're an adult, you're gonna have to take whatever.
I'm not
going to
go as The Rock's character from Moana right now as a 23-year-old man. I'm not going to do that.
You know what? I will.
You're a grown man. Yeah.
If you won't, someone's got to.
I will.
Yeah.
I would do that.
It's a very specific thing.
But with
I get
kids,
it, yeah.
I think giving kids a hard time if they're dressing up as like a Disney character, if they're dressing up as their favorite princess or their favorite superhero.
Yep. Yeah. That sucks, man.
Are you going to tell?
That's just today's day and age. Though.
My son and I, we went. I mean, he didn't dress. I don't remember what he dressed up as. Gosh.
But hold on, this is coming all on the heels of I think every elementary school in our city just did a Thanksgiving Day presentation, like. All the parents went and they go watch their kids do like a little play, something like that. And all these white kids are dressed up like Native Americans.
Yeah.
But how come we aren't shutting down those schools? Why were there not protests outside of the schools for dressing up little white kids like Native Americans?
Because it's stupid. Because it's cute.
It's selective outrage.
It is.
It
absolutely is.
The issue is
absolutely
like
is.
you're dressing up as something that you're not just. I don't know. Like if you're on stage pretending to be a Native American and talking about Native American history, then it's like okay. But like then they forget.
If I'm
about
just
that.
going to get candy.
But the same thing if it's like a 5 to 10-year-old girl who just wants to be like a certain Disney.
Listen,
her favorite's Moana. Yeah, let her be Moana.
Yeah, I will.
Who cares?
Listen, if I have to have my daughter ask for candy and give a full dissertation on like the plight of the South Pacific Islander, I'll do that.
Yeah, you need handouts for each door.
Anyway, that just bothers me when
yeah.
it comes to kids. Yeah, if you're an adult and you're gonna you want to be outrageous or you want to do something, you're gonna have to take whatever comes to you. Like we're adults, but the kids they don't even know. It's what they like.
Yep,
it's,
absolutely.
It's the character they're into.
Yep.
So that just bothers me.
So we're going on the 5s right now. So the last of what we hate.
Right.
Here's what I hate.
Number 5.
I hate those stupid videos of those people that climb and walk on things that are extremely high and just GoPro it the entire time. You know why? Because I don't need that in my feed freaking me out, dude. My
Makes me
hands start
nauseous.
pouring sweat whenever those dudes are walking and they're like skipping rails and they're like 700 feet off the ground.
Or
and
some where
don't-
they stretch out
Dude,
over the gap. And
Yeah,
like hold with their
Yeah.
hands.
Oh,
and
they're
hold with their
rounding
feet.
corners on buildings, just
Yeah.
literally just free walk. Like it does. It is so stressful. I don't need it in my life, and I hate it.
I
wish
agree.
nobody would post that.
I think it's cool. Like I think that like what they're doing
it's
is cool,
dope.
but I don't. Okay, that guy. I can't remember his name. The guy that just like free soloed El Capitan. The only person
Yeah, I
to
don't know
ever
his
do it.
name. They did the
I was
documentary
watching
on
some
it.
of that footage. Yeah, they did the documentary. I was watching some of that footage. I was legitimately nervous and had the worst anxiety. There's just a dude on the side of a sheer.
Yeah, it looks
like
it's so flat.
it's and he's like finding little like
dude, no,
and
dude, no.
one slip.
Are there
done.
statistics on not the free climbers, because that's kind of different than like because with the parkour stuff like
Yeah.
with the people on the skyscrapers.
Yep.
Are there like has anyone died trying to make one of those videos?
Oh, I'm sure
I'm
there
sure.
have been. I'm sure
Yeah,
there
I've
have
seen
been.
there's a video of a dude, and I don't know if it's really parkour, but he's like on the side of a building, and he's like taking pictures with like
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's this massive skyscraper. He's on the roof, and he's like hanging off the edge, like taking pictures, and then he just slips. And
Yeah.
falls.
Dude, here's-
yeah.
Fall.
See, those
Like-
don't go viral.
Yeah, like I don't.
I think there's an untapped market here, is what we're finding out with Clint's number
People
5.
dying.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but I can imagine I'm the type of guy that I wouldn't even go close. Like even if there's a railing, I wouldn't even go close to the edge and look down.
Can
like,
I interject
there's- yeah.
right there
Yep.
and just I didn't get to do 1 through 5. I'm just gonna say all 5 of mine. The thing that I hate is people who get super excited to see the Grand Canyon. Here's the thing.
Thank you.
I had the opportunity to
That's
see the
funny.
Grand Canyon when we were in Phoenix years ago. They woke us up in the morning because we
Yeah.
would've had to drive to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going back to sleep. You're not waking me up to go look at a hole in the ground. I've seen pictures of it. That's
I've been to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So it was. I was a little reluctant to go. Kind of. I was like you. I was like the Grand Canyon. You know, I've
Yeah.
seen pictures of it.
But you
Yeah.
went.
I went, and I lived in Arizona, so I only went once.
Gotcha.
Went and walked up. I didn't go to the edge either. No,
Yeah.
thank you. And kind of looked, and I was like, yeah,
Sick.
the Grand Canyon. Let's go, because we got a 4-hour drive back home. You know.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous, and it's also like, to me, it's just it shows the broader issue of like when you're an adult and you travel, what do you really do for fun?
Yeah.
Like
Go
what
to
do
the
you
Grand
do for
Canyon.
fun? Yeah, it's like okay, we went and saw a big hole in the ground, and the rest of the time you just eat.
Yeah.
Right, you
That's
eat.
pretty much it.
Like-
And there's not really anything to eat at the Grand Canyon.
There's no like restaurants or anything.
Well,
There's
maybe there
not
is.
like
I
a
didn't see
Grand
it.
Canyon
it's
diner.
2018. Give it till like 2030. There will be like buildings in the sides of the canyon.
Dude, well now they have this thing at the Grand Canyon where it's like a
The glass
this
thing?
plexiglass thing
Yeah.
you can walk out.
yeah, the
Dude,
sky bridge
no,
or whatever.
Yeah.
No, see, I don't get it. What was that video that you just had pulled up a
Yeah,
second ago?
he had it.
Because
he found the one.
Oh, it was that guy who fell.
yeah, can you just show that
Let's
really
not
quick?
watch
I just
that.
want to see, dude.
Yeah,
I just
don't know
want
if
to
we
see
should
it.
show it. I watched
Oh.
it. I don't know if we should show it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's not
All
do
right.
that. All right, last
right.
thing.
Yeah,
Last
a guy
thing I
died,
hate.
so
Thing I
it's
hate
not
real
like-
quick.
Yeah, that's tough.
This is the last hate, and it is there's nothing that burns me more than when I ask somebody a question and they immediately go, "Oh, great question." I hate that. I don't need to be patronized like that. I know it was a great question. That's why I asked the question.
I don't open my mouth for mediocre
Yeah,
questions.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Great question.
Yeah,
yeah, that's so
it's
funny.
so condescending to me. Like, oh, great question. Well, thank you. May I proceed now? But give me your great answer. It's just,
I think it's also just buying time to think of what they're gonna answer the question
Yeah.
with.
yeah,
Instead of saying, great question. They just say great question. It
Yep.
gives them like a few seconds.
it's just a
Calibrate
little bit
their
of a
mind.
buffer. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So,
funny, dude.
That's my. It
I've
just,
never
it
thought
just
about
burns
that.
me up. Burns
Yeah.
me up. I'll shut down on you. Like, no more questions.
Great
I'll shut
question.
down.
You're like, okay, awesome.
Dude, let's knock these loves out. What's the first thing you love?
Oh man, the first thing I love, and I'm gonna be real serious about this because I think you're born either one way or the other. I love pontoon boats. You know what I don't love? Speedboats. Don't care. but I love pontoon boats.
It's a party on the water.
There's nothing better than having some flat ground in a
time.
big area to just have a bunch of people out and just be floating down the river, dude.
They
Why
don't
do
go
you
too
gotta go
fast,
fast,
you know?
man? Life moves fast enough. Get on a boat and go slow.
It's like
you know?
it's like an island. It's just like it's your own
like
little
it's a
island.
Portable
little moving
island.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love pontoon boats.
I agree. I like pontoon.
Yeah, dude,
boats.
look at that, man. Whenever I buy a boat one day, I'm going to buy a pontoon, and it's no question. Yeah, dude, I'm going to throw some slides on the back, too, man. Look at that. That's dope.
Water slide.
That's sick. Look, that's a double-decker pontoon boat.
Clint, I'm with you on the whole
Gosh.
pontoon over speedboat thing, but
Yep.
I still think that's a weird top 5.
Yeah, no. But
No,
if,
it doesn't.
Because I asked when I sat
Hey,
down,
yeah,
is this top
hey,
5 out
top
of
5
everything in
things
all
you
of
love.
life?
You can
Yeah,
love,
basically.
hey, you can love whatever you want in life.
oh, I absolutely can. I don't
So
care. I
these
don't care
are
what Brian has
these
to
aren't
say.
necessarily your top 5.
These are
maybe
5
just
things that I love.
5 things.
And 5 things that I
Okay,
hate. Yep,
okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 things I love.
Yeah.
My number one, I wouldn't even say it's number one.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it is. And it's a little weird, but stay with me on this.
tell me.
I love to be passively aggressed by people.
Huh.
Explain.
And it's because I'm just so shocked and appalled that people are passive aggressive that I kind of respect it in a roundabout way. And I usually end up doing whatever they want me to do because I'm like, all right,
All right.
you put yourself out there. You didn't care.
You've been stewing on this forever,
Do you
and then you just rolled
Do you
back
secretly
on.
enjoy it? Or do
I
you
think
just,
I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I secretly enjoy because
Yeah.
I just get because I'm actively aggressive. Like there's no
Yeah.
like I'll let you know. But when somebody it kind of takes me a second. I'm like, okay, wow.
I love being passive aggressive,
You're very passive aggressive,
but I
and
like
appreciate
doing it. I like doing it, and you'll know I'm being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
I'm passive aggressive, it's not really passive aggressive. It's kind of like blatant passive aggressivism.
Gosh.
Like
I
you're
hate
gonna
that.
know.
I like it.
I hate
like-
it.
Yeah.
Because I can be that way kind of too, where like I can get a little bit passive aggressive, but not entirely. Because I'm not confrontational. So like I tend to, if I do get aggressive, it probably is a little bit passive.
Well, and I think that's what I think the reason I like it is because I know that the person probably isn't confrontational,
Yeah.
or I know that they're uncomfortable just trying to really say what they want to say or
Yeah.
get what they need. So I just I go, okay, that's the route you took. Whatever you want.
All right, sure.
I
fine.
love being passively aggressed. What's
funny.
number 2 for you?
Okay, number 2 is maybe a little bit of a hot take, but I mentioned the opposite in my hates, and that is that I love romantic comedies. I think they're so underappreciated. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is
all
one of my
time.
top
It's all
5
time.
movies.
Underappreciated is a good way to put it because something can be rightfully underappreciated.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So like not like you don't think they deserve critical acclaim.
No.
You're just saying that like they
I
might
think-
be bad,
Right,
but I
right.
appreciate that they're bad.
no.
Or do you think that
Okay.
they're of the utmost quality?
Okay. So I need you I need you to get off your high horse and
sounds
just
kinda
listen to me
passive-aggressive.
because dude, there are some romantic comedies that just don't get love, man. And it's honestly, Music and Lyrics is another one, man. I love that movie. I don't care if anybody else does, but I thoroughly enjoy it because
That movie works
I-
on a comedic level.
Yeah, I like a lot
Without
of
the
them do,
romance.
and that's the whole thing, man. So I love some of the plot lines that they play out. A lot of them are very. You could find out
It's
in
the
the
same
first
thing,
15
yeah.
minutes, like this is how it's going to end. And but dude, I don't know, man. If I'm alone at my house, I'll find a random one. Or I'll
Can
throw it on.
can
and
I say
love
this
it.
as the elder statesman in the room?
I'm very elder.
Very elder. You know, when I was I love romantic comedies.
Yeah.
And when I was your age, I kind of thought I was like, oh, this is kind of
Yeah.
something I want to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be so upfront about
Yeah.
this. Kind of a dirty little secret.
Yep.
There's a pretty big market of dudes out there that love romantic comedies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
And so
Good.
I think it's one
Everyone
of those
has
things
a guilty pleasure.
I think it's
Yeah.
a guilty pleasure that most guys have because they're good movies. They're you don't have to like think a lot in the movie.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
watch it with your girl, with your wife.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool. It's cool.
That's how I feel about like action movies. Like I like
Right.
most run of the mill action movies. Like if you're going to see Fast and Furious, you're not thinking during that movie.
No.
That's not why you're there. But
Yep.
like with romantic comedies, I think that the only reason why I don't like them is you mentioned it, the repetitiveness.
Yeah.
My wife took me to see that movie Crazy Rich Asians that
Oh,
came
yeah.
out recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know going into it was a romantic comedy. Like, I didn't see any of the trailers or anything. And so when I got there and the movie started, I could have told you the whole plot after the opening
yeah.
sequence. Like,
Yeah.
you know how everything's going to go down.
Yeah.
It's just,
The romantic comedy plots, there's only a few of them. They just
Yeah.
insert like
Yes.
different actors, different
Yep.
actresses, and it's either like
Yep.
in New York, Los Angeles, and they always have like a job that no real people ever have.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know, you're
yes.
like, oh, you do that and you make all that money. And
Yeah.
you live in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
apartment.
yeah.
you
Dude,
know?
that's like
Exactly.
last one, but Fever Pitch is again
Love it.
probably
See, but
one of my
Jimmy
top 5
Fallon,
favorite movies.
I mean,
yeah,
you
but
know,
dude, that's a classic
it's a great
romantic
movie.
comedy with the sports spin on it.
The story
where-
on that movie is
yeah,
crazy,
It's
too.
incredible. So
they had to
I-
rewrite that whole movie.
Oh,
at
I
the
know.
end, 'cause
They had to change
Boston
it.
was supposed to lose.
Did you know that? Did you know that? So they
No.
actually filmed those scenes live during
They
the
were
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah,
World
right, right,
Series.
right.
And so they actually ended up last minute getting tickets to go to Game 7 against the Yankees whenever
Okay.
they came back and won. Dude, it was unbelievable. So they actually did go out and they kind of partied, down.
But yeah,
I
they
can't
did
even
they did
remember the
script rewrites because the end of the movie was going to be Boston losing, and they had a
Exactly.
whole plot around it. But then they won, so I think it made the whole movie that much
Incredible.
crazier.
I love romantic comedies.
And I will stand by you 100%. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
It's so good.
That to
It's
me.
so good. Man.
Guilty pleasures. If I got to put something on my 5 things I love, I am kind of a sucker for reality TV, and not even like cooking shows, like not even like that kind of reality TV. Like, I love the show Big Brother.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
Yeah, like me and my wife, every season when Big Brother comes on, we get the live feeds. We do we're watching every episode as soon as it's on.
Gosh.
It's intense. It's
That's
bad.
so much. That's so much commitment, though.
It
too.
really is,
Yeah.
and I can't explain why I love it.
You just
because
do.
it's yeah.
And you don't need
It's
to
just great.
explain why you love
No,
That's a
you could
good
just
point.
love it.
That's a
Just
good
love
I
point.
used to
Just
watch
love it.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and
Oh,
My
okay.
sister-in-law watches it,
Oh,
so it's on the
okay.
TV. I get
but I can't. I'm ashamed of it. Like I can't. I
Yeah,
love
you
it,
should
but
be
I
ashamed
can't
of that.
explain
Dude,
why
when
I
it's
love it.
on the
because
TV, you
I
can't look
know
away.
I'm watching it. I
Brian.
know. I know
Bail,
it's
bail,
awful.
bail.
Stop talking. That's bad. That's
No,
bad.
I know it's awful, but for some reason you turn on it, it's almost just
for
like,
real. It's like
These
hypnotizing.
people are so.
Well, whatever.
It is hypnotizing.
I
in a
disagree
way.
with that hot take.
All right, number-
I don't accept it.
Yeah. All right, number
take
2
was
for
ice
me
cold.
is I love a good debate or like a good argument. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I do. I
Yep.
love a good argument.
I'll take one of
And
those any day.
Yep.
I mean, I could completely agree with what you're saying, but just for the sake of my boredom that day, I'm probably going to argue with you. And I want you to argue back. I want you to stand your ground. I want you to argue back.
Yep, dude. We had a big situation just last week or maybe the week before where you came in and you had read an article on single payer healthcare.
Right.
And you came in, and we do this anyways. Whenever we have any kind of argument,
Right.
you take one far side, and even if you don't believe it, you're going to defend that
100%.
to the far end, and I'll defend to the extreme other side. And so that way it makes for a heated debate, even though I don't believe everything that I'm saying.
So-
what I don't want is for you to gain any ground in the conversation. I just want to make you feel
Right.
dumb about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
and for that reason, I love that because I'm not a personally, I'm just not a big proponent of single payer healthcare.
Yeah.
For me. But I read a very compelling, well written article.
Oh,
Thought
yeah.
it was interesting,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was like, hey, who can I go argue this with?
Let's go
Oh,
ruin
I think that's the
somebody's
difference.
day.
Most people are completely fine. Like if an argument is a match of tug of war, you got the little tie in the center
Yeah.
that shows. So if you get this across that line, you win. That's most people. Like if I can just get you across that line,
Yeah.
but like for people who love to argue, they're like I'm gonna drag the rope till you die.
Right.
Like I'm gonna drag you past the line, hit you to the back of my car, and drive. And then,
It's so
and
true.
like I'm not giving you
It's true.
anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Clint
I-
made the great point. Like I'll go further than my actual position,
Oh yeah,
just so you don't win.
that's a great
Ever
point.
since I met Clint, I think I've become more argumentative because like I'll just have an
He
opinion
does that.
about something, and I'm not looking to argue, and then all of a sudden Clint has this bombastic statement on the other
Yep.
side, and I'm like, what?
Yep.
No,
you,
you're an idiot.
you can't be friends with Clint if you're not able to argue.
Well,
Yeah.
I have
will
to.
argue, but the other day y'all were talking about healthcare stuff, and I swear for 2 hours I'm sitting in this room, I didn't say a word because I couldn't have given a crap.
Yeah.
So I ended up walking out. Like I walked out to Logan, and I'm like, man, they're just yelling about this healthcare thing, like don't even care. 30 minutes later, I'm in here screaming at Clint about healthcare, and like apparently I'm an expert
Well,
now.
my God.
Like I read
I
one
just found an article on Vice that says
Well, Clint, I have to tell Clint this. Just because you yell the word literally doesn't make you right.
Oh, that's an ice
does do
cold
that.
take.
Yeah.
There
That's
were
an
5 people in this
Antarctic
room
take
that
right there.
just now that just went, oh,
Yeah.
Like,
Apparently,
dang.
I'm
Yeah.
not the only one that
Yeah.
gets
That's a
And
true
you know how
literally
he says
yelled
it?
at
Yeah.
them.
I
No,
know.
literally.
That's
right.
good.
Literally.
Okay,
What you
so
got?
Every time.
so the next thing that I have is pretty interesting. I love the thought of hiking.
Yeah.
Here's what I
very
don't
accurate.
love. I don't love hiking. I do love
It's very accurate.
the thought of hiking.
I agree with
I
that.
see people on social media that are on vacation or they're just wherever they live and they go on this beautiful hike and they take beautiful pictures and it's like, man, they woke up and they did something. They saw something beautiful. They got up and just did it. And every time I'm out of town or I go on vacation, guess what I don't want to do? Go hiking.
No,
But I
not a
do love
chance.
laying in bed at night just being like, man, what a cool thing to just hike up a hill and just see something beautiful, maybe see some water or just some beautiful, you can see distances. Wow, beautiful.
I mean, I'll raise you one. Like camping, hiking, the whole experience, you can save it. I'm not taking
Yeah.
time off work to sleep outside, to walk up a hill the next day, just to come back down to build a fire to cook my food so I can listen to some idiot play his guitar.
It's very
It's
true.
the worst day ever.
But the thought, just having the thought is so it almost like cleanses you. Just
Right.
brings you back to just a little bit of inner peace.
I like
where you
hiking
can
and
where you can think about just
Yeah,
going out and camping and building a little campfire and hanging out with your buddies, going on a hike. Those kinds of thoughts are beautiful and I love having them, but I don't want to do them. So that's
Yeah.
my love.
I think the perfect scenario is this. Invite me on your camping trip. Let's talk about all the cool stuff we're going to do, and then I'm just going to go ahead and bail on you the day
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I love camping and hiking.
Okay, Brian.
What, you just feel like manly. Like,
I've had good
I got-
experiences.
I
Yeah,
set up this campsite. I set up a shelter.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't
brought
like.
all
I
the
don't like
stuff
being
I needed.
outside.
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
And
I'm
gonna make-
indoorsy.
I'm gonna make a fire.
I'm indoorsy.
I'm gonna build a fire.
All right.
Yeah.
I love, and it's fitting for the time we're in right now.
All right.
But I absolutely love Christmas time. The entire month of December, I absolutely love. And,
It does feel good.
it's not even Christmas morning. Christmas Day it's over for me. And I'm not even a big gift guy. I don't really need to receive gifts, but it's just, I love going. I just want to walk around the mall, hear the music, see, I like the whole experience, like being out in the traffic. Like, I don't know, the whole Christmas thing. I just love it.
It
I
is.
absolutely
It's fun.
love it.
It's fun.
It makes me happy.
I like it for the weather.
Right. Cool weather. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Okay. I'm just gonna fill you in on something. I hate Christmas.
Literally.
I don't like the Christmas holiday, and here's why. The main thing about it,
Scrooge over here.
I
Yeah,
I
cool.
hate Christmas music.
I love
There's
it.
one Christmas song I like,
I love
and it's by NSYNC. Sorry, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays is the best Christmas song that exists. Everything else, when else is there a time of year or a holiday where you get all of your own songs and every single radio station in existence plays it and you can't escape it?
That's why I
What
love
a stupid
Christmas.
thing. I don't like
good.
the expectation of having to give gifts and get gifts. It's an expensive holiday. There are expectations on it. And it's just, dude, it's all kinds of like stress and weird things for no reason.
The
For
4th of July.
what?
4th of July has its own song.
Oh, one song, dude. That's not what I'm talking about.
So there.
Dude, if you're
The whole month of July, the only thing I'm listening to, literally,
The national anthem.
dude, what other holiday would get bands to be like, hey, I know we're like a rock band and we do these
that's
things.
called capitalism.
But guess what,
dude?
dude? We're just gonna
That's
do
called-
a whole
Guys.
That's
No,
called
that's
do a
capitalism.
whole
That's
Christmas
because-
album.
That's because you're in the minority, and most people
Man.
do love Christmas, and that's
No,
why
they
there's
don't. They
songs
just
about
wanna make money.
Thanksgiving.
Big
You're
ups to
absolutely
that
right.
NSYNC Christmas record, though.
If people love
Dude, that
Thanksgiving
NSYNC
as much as
Christmas record
I
is
promise
so
there'll
good.
be
There would be
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving songs. Yeah.
singing
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
turkey and gravy, but
Yeah.
we aren't all Clint.
I love Thanksgiving, dude. I mentioned
like-
it earlier before you guys got here, man. It's the best
'cause you're
holiday.
Are there
glad
any
that exists.
are there
is
any
nice.
Easter songs?
Admit it.
I mean, like Christian Easter songs, yeah. There's tons, obviously. But like as for like the Easter Bunny, no, I don't think so.
like kids songs,
Yeah.
probably.
He's got an unreleased mixtape somewhere.
Who's that? Bieber?
No,
Bieber's gonna drop
no,
an
the
Easter album?
No, the
No.
Easter
Bunny,
Bunny,
dude.
the Easter Bunny himself. It's on SoundCloud.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
It
That's
hasn't
what it is.
circulated very
But
well.
everything
Yeah.
about it, I like this. December's getting ready to start. I can't wait. I love going to Christmas parties. I love just hanging out with friends. I love
Yeah.
the whole thing. I
Just
love
do
it all.
that during the rest of the year.
Oh,
It is
it's-
nice.
Well, nobody
I'll tell
throws
you what, though,
Christmas
would
parties
you-
the rest of the year.
Here's the
so.
thing, though. What if like just history rewrote itself and Christmas fell in July, but it had all the same trappings and everything else? I would hate it
Well,
just because it'd be hot outside.
that's Australia for you.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good point. If I lived in Australia, I would hate Christmas.
Christmas is in the middle of summer in Australia.
Yeah, that's that's actually evil.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, they can't help it unless they change the date of Christmas. It's like,
So, but why not?
I'm
Why-
sorry
why
that
is
I'm
theirs-
24. I
why
can't
is
help when I
theirs
was
different?
born. Like you can't help that you're below the equator, man.
Yeah,
It's no
but
good.
yeah. So
a pain.
there are people that live.
Yep.
So you're acknowledging the equator?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Well, I digress.
Okay. So my next love, and this is kind of a short one as well. I love documentaries, but what I really love is I love biased documentaries. Because here's the deal. Whenever I sit down and I watch a documentary, what I don't want is just like, let me tell you about this event. I want to hear from one side why somebody else was evil, why something else, something was hidden. I want to know like all of the different, I just want to see it from somebody's angle.
It's more compelling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's
I
no
agree with
reason
that.
for me to sit down and just watch a historical documentary whenever I could just read an article and read facts.
Yeah.
I don't care about facts. What I do care about is hearing what this dude has to say whenever he wasn't even close to there, but he's got a couple theories on it, and we're about to listen to him talk for
And
half an
that's-
hour.
and I think
that's what I want to
like,
know.
No other form of like film, like any movie you watch is trying to tell you a message and wants you to feel a specific emotion.
Yep.
So if you turn on a documentary that's completely equal, completely unbiased, it's so boring.
It's so boring.
because it's not trying to get you to feel anything.
Thank
Yes.
you. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, people will say, "Hey, have you ever watched, whatever the History Channel's documentary on the Vietnam War?" I'm like, they just tell you exactly how it went down, But what I do want to hear is this North Vietnamese guy give his angle on it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
all I want to
gosh.
hear is anecdotal things in a
Right.
documentary. I just want to hear that, like,
Yeah.
this dude was in a shop and all of a sudden he heard something happening, ran outside and watches this bomb go off.
Because
Right. Like, that's what I wanna
reality is rarely more exciting than fiction.
Yeah.
And you know what the best part is? You
good point.
watched a completely biased documentary, and then the next day you can walk into work, walk into school, and pass it off as stone cold
That's
fact.
exactly what I get to do.
Yeah, because you don't tell them about the documentary.
No.
You just drop
You're
what they
like,
told
did
you.
you
Yeah.
know?
Oh.
And just the verbal diarrhea just starts flowing.
Dude,
yeah.
there's
my gosh.
nothing brings me more joy than just like talking out of my butt and just making people angry for no
Yeah,
reason.
I agree.
I love it.
I do love that. All right.
It's accurate. He does.
I
do
love all things gambling.
Mm.
And by that I mean I love like people that gamble. I kind of like to gamble. I think the whole like those people that gamble big, they have the
Yeah.
they just got the cojones to put it all on the line and
Yep.
lose it all.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's-
I love a gambler.
Tiger and Phil
Love that.
just did that massive Capital One golf
Loved
match,
it.
dude. The whole thing. Did you watch any of the clips from
No,
that?
no, I hadn't
so,
seen it.
So basically, there were $9 million on the line for 18 holes.
Yeah.
They ended up going to 22 because they were so neck and neck. It was
Yeah.
tied up. And so, but dude, every single hole there was some sort of side bet, and they just had lapel mics on. And Tiger was like, "Hey, let's put $200,000 on 3-2
Yeah.
that you put this within 10
What?
feet." And then Phil would like rebut, and they would like, dude, they're just dropping $200,000
Yeah.
on a shot.
That
See,
sounds-
I think most people would think that, hey, these two guys, two of the greatest, arguably the greatest golfers in
Oh,
the world,
yeah.
were like, hey, let's have this match, kind of settle it. I think it was two guys that were sitting around going, hey, you want to gamble a whole bunch of money?
Yeah.
What can we both do though? All right, we'll golf.
All right.
I really think it could have been anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked really cool. I'm hard pressed to have any response other than like, you might have to pay me $9 million to watch golf on TV.
Oh.
That would just be my position.
I've always, you know what? I agree. I don't
that
love watching
the,
golf.
the aspect of the gambling and like that makes it super exciting. Like I even sent it to them. I was like, I hate watching golf, but I would watch this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I've always said I think golf. There's obviously many ways to gamble. We can gamble with cards. We can gamble with
anything.
dice. We can gamble shooting baskets. I always think golf is the purest form of gambling, and here's why. It's the one thing that you need a strong mental element and a strong physical element, and you have to bring them together.
Combined.
And then I think it's
And there's like X factors, like
I think it's the one thing that could be negotiated. In all seriousness, I could be golfing and gambling against Tiger Woods, but I could negotiate just like these crazy, terms for my game against his game.
Yeah.
And then we hit the course, and the gamble may be remote, like pretty close to even.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously going to kill me, and he's a better golfer, but our gamble can.
Yeah,
be
you can
close.
negotiate like he has to take his driver out of his bag.
Right.
You get to be 150 yards closer to the pin.
Right.
Like you get a stroke
I
every
get a
3
stroke,
holes.
right.
Like you could do things that it would actually end up. Yeah.
I can, if I want to, I can take a mulligan on every shot. You know, you can just have these crazy that he's spotting me all these different elements.
Yeah.
And hey, we got a good gamble.
Yep.
But when it comes down to it, a 4-foot putt for $100,000. Hey, we'll see who's got it.
Yeah,
who's
but
got it.
even outside of golf, like I get it. Like it's cool watching people just be sickos,
Right.
That like just don't care or just I agree.
And there's a guy, I think his name was like Archie Karras, but he basically borrowed $10,000, and this wasn't even like a super long time ago, maybe in the 90s, and it's called like the greatest run ever. But he borrowed $10,000, and through poker, craps, he ran it up to $40 million.
What?
In like a few months, and they called it the hottest streak anybody's ever been on. Pretty sure he lost all of that because he was just a degen gambler. And that's what he did.
You gotta know when to stop.
But dude, took 10,000 and ran up to 40 million.
Gosh, that's so dope.
Playing poker, playing.
I don't think
craps.
anything is more American either
Yeah.
That's so true.
than just
That's so true.
gambling.
That's just gamble.
Like I know
Yeah.
I know it didn't originate in
Right.
America, but like everything that America is, like you could, if America were a person, it'd be a nasty, greasy sleazeball sitting in front of a slot machine with a PBR, just cranking
Just
all his savings,
crossing his fingers every
His
time.
wife
Come
and
on.
kids are at the motel. He was supposed to be back an hour ago, and he's just hoping he gets that
I'll
jackpot.
tell you what, though.
That's America.
I think America, yeah, we definitely fit like the sleazy gambler type. But if you go to Vegas, and even now with Macau really coming to the top, Asians are gamblers.
Dude, they
For
are.
real?
They are.
Love to gamble,
Yeah.
and they will gamble. Like they'll gamble.
Yeah.
Like they're in a casino. It's like I'm here to gamble. I'm not here to play it
So
safe.
they've
wow.
made there are some Asians. I think I don't know if it started in Macau. It's probably been a thing, but it's really gaining a lot of traction.
What is that now? I don't know what that is.
So
Macau's
Macau,
a
China.
city. It's an island. It's an island city. I think it's about 30 miles from Hong Kong. It's an
Yeah.
island.
Gotcha.
You have to
But
take a boat there.
It looks
Gotcha.
like. Look at pictures. It looks like Las Vegas. I mean, they have the same casinos in Las
Wow,
Vegas. It's
So,
it's a Las
but
Vegas.
it's just
Okay.
as of the last few years. But dude, the Asians over there love to gamble so much they took poker, where they were already like doing $1 million buy-ins for
Yeah.
a poker game, and now they've created short deck poker, where you take out the 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. So all you have is 6 through the ace.
Oh boy.
And
I
so,
think I
dude,
heard,
everything is.
Dwan explain that. I watched a video of
Yeah.
him explaining that
So,
game.
dude, everything is just, dude, it's so much more volatile.
Yeah.
Like
More
everybody's got stuff.
Doesn't
so, dude,
like a straight beats a flush.
yeah, there's like
It's
a little bit
stuff is
different of a
switched around,
rundown. Yeah. But dude, because they're sick, they're insane. And they're like, guess what, dude? Yeah, we understand we're gambling right now. We want to gamble even more. That's essentially what they've done. So you're absolutely right, dude.
But I love gambling. I've read a lot of books about the history of Las Vegas and gambling, and I love that. I don't know why, it always interests me.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
I have a video game right now, Red Dead Redemption 2,
Yeah.
that I'm playing, and I mean, I've
Never
probably
heard of it.
Yeah, have you heard of this game? It's
No. Tell me about
not
it.
a lot of people got it. It's like an indie project, but I've literally probably spent of the now what's probably over 100 hours of gameplay. I've probably spent 10 to 15 of those hours on a virtual poker table playing against just NPCs, like
Right.
just computer characters, because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And in that game, if I lose my money, I just stand up and I shoot them all and walk out of the
There you
bar.
go.
So
Gosh,
I mean,
that's
you know,
why I love gambling.
That's America for you.
That's
That's
gambling
America.
style.
Yeah,
What's your
love it.
last?
All right, last one, and I don't want to say this lightly because outside of like my family and God, right?
Mm.
This may be next on the list.
Okay.
This thing is fatty meats. There is nothing more decadent, special, and life-changing than fat
fat.
in a steak,
In a
fat
steak.
in a brisket,
Yeah.
fat on chicken. I don't care,
Mm.
dude. I just want that fat, and I want it cooked out, and I want it to melt in my mouth. Because, dude, if anybody goes to an expensive restaurant and gets, I don't know, like a filet mignon, sure, dude, get that cut because there's no fat on it. I want a ribeye and I want a fat cap on the end that literally sends me into cardiac arrest 40 minutes after I leave the restaurant.
No lean gang. I don't order lean meats anywhere.
Dude,
no lean meats.
Every time
you're a fat guy too?
Oh, dude, I eat, like, my wife doesn't like fat on her steak, so she cuts it off. I eat it.
Yep,
like
just
I'm
straight up, dude.
I'm like,
That's
what
gross.
has more flavor on that steak
Nothing.
than the fat?
Nothing does.
The meat has more flavor than the fat.
Not a chance.
The muscle
Dude,
tissue
it's actually
meat.
Not a chance.
it's actually a scientific fact that the fat actually absorbs the flavor better.
Do you have sources
So,
on that?
I do. It's called Gordon Ramsay.
It's called my
So,
it's called my mouth.
If you want to disagree with the Gordon Ramsay, then sure, dude, go for it.
I
man.
I want a
you know
piece
what?
of
I've
blubber
heard
in
you-
my
amazing.
mouth. It's gross.
I've heard
the
Clint.
texture, you can't chew it.
So it's the mouthfeel
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
So the flavor,
awful.
you are acknowledging that there might be better flavor. You
Yeah, but
just
I'm not
going
going
to
to suck on a piece of fat until it.
Listen,
That's not how it
I'm not
works.
a-
I chew it.
I've heard you.
I got carnivore teeth.
I've heard you take this line with fat
Yeah.
before, and I thought it was all lip service. No pun intended. But it is lip service because you eat the fat.
Yep.
I've seen it.
He really
I was
does. Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah, it's so good.
He's like, I want the fatty cut, and he'll eat the he'll eat blubber.
If you go to a barbecue restaurant and you're ordering brisket and they're like lean or what's the word?
Fatty
They don't say
or
fatty. They say
juicy.
Yeah.
juicy. Yeah. Well, because it is. But they ask you like, do you want lean or juicy? I mean, like, if you say lean,
So
you
Which
may as
I
well
do.
get mad at kids who wear Halloween costumes of
Oh,
people
yeah.
who aren't the
Oh,
same
right.
race as
it's
them.
That's
full
not fair.
circle. It comes, dude. So
That's not fair.
so Zach, Brian, and I were in Atlanta, right? And we took a trip to Fox Brothers Barbecue. I told them you have to go. We all got the brisket. Both of them ordered lean. I ordered the fatty. And so I ate all mine clean off, dude. And I mean, it was just like bouncing around in my mouth. It was so fatty. Delicious. Brian didn't finish a piece of his brisket, so I just grabbed it off. He had the lean cut, threw it in my mouth, and I was like, this is cardboard.
It was good.
It was really good. And
how do
your
you eat
your
it?
meat
How do you eat
looked
it?
like someone had chewed it up and then put it back into the shape of brisket. It was
How does
disgusting.
it get down your
Put it
how
through
does
a
it get down
couple
your
quick
gullet?
spins in the blender.
I think more than anything, I really respect the fact you have zero regard for your heart.
Oh, don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
And because I've
he
seen you
has
eat
one.
this, and I've seen his fingers.
The jury's still out on that.
shiny, just these greasy,
There's
shiny
mayonnaise all
fingers.
over
Just,
it.
just slathering
If
mayonnaise
Clint
on
could,
things.
he would put mayonnaise on that brisket.
Well, wait, are you guys like opposed to just mayonnaise?
I'll eat.
I
a little
like mayonnaise,
I used
but-
to actually not like it. I like it now, though. I'll
If
eat a
I
little
step
mayonnaise.
foot in a
Control
sub
the
restaurant like Subway, Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John, anyone, nice, casual,
Yeah.
wherever, if they serve subs and I'm getting a sub, it's extra mayo all day.
Extra
Oh,
mayo.
okay.
Dude,
Yeah, you
I
don't need that much mayonnaise.
so I was doing
I need enough to where that's the primary taste in my mouth when I bite into a sandwich. That's just me. My favorite sandwich is I go home, I get microwavable bacon because I don't want to cook raw bacon. Takes too long.
I do the microwave.
Microwavable bacon, the Oscar Mayer kind, you
got
know
time
it's
for all that.
like it is radioactive, I'm sure. But you put it in the microwave, you take it out, put it on toast, and then if this is how much bacon you have, you get that much mayonnaise. And that's the sandwich.
just dripping out of the back every bite you take. It's just plopping on the plate. Just
Yeah,
going,
and then I'm taking
I need both of
my
you.
grubby fingers.
Oh,
you
no.
guys need to get your
I need
butt
both
up.
of you to get on that heart list now.
it's so good.
You need to get on the heart list now.
I was
okay?
doing, I was
Oh my
doing,
God.
I was doing keto, and I decided I brought some burger patties. So I did some burgers and like cheese. I did bunless, and all I did was in between each patty, dude, I just cranked some mayo on there.
Mayonnaise
And dude,
buns.
I'm walking mayonnaise buns. So I'm walking around here, dude, and I've got mayonnaise just all over myself. And Zach is just like, dude, I don't even want to look at you right now. This
Yeah, it
is
was
so
awful.
disgusting.
Like, yeah, it's just so. What's the most important part of a sandwich to you?
Wow, that's a good question. You know what?
Great question.
He just did it. All right, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Oh my gosh. Because I'm stalling.
Yeah, he needed to think.
You know what?
funny.
You know what the most important part of a sandwich is for me?
Tell me.
It's the bread. It's the bread.
I agree.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna go the bread.
There's nothing worse
Definitely
than
not
when you
the
get a
mayonnaise.
hoagie or something like that, and the
No, I
bread is
gotta
so
have the mayonnaise,
thick
but-
and like not soft, and it's just
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I just want to take.
Yes. Like the thing for me is like if I want the outside of my bread to be crispy, and I want the inside of my bread to be soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want soft through and through.
Agreed.
But yeah, the bread makes the sandwich.
But
All
there's a really good.
All right, let me
restoration
move on to
of
my
it.
last one. I'm just gonna say this
yeah,
and we'll
go
move right on because I want to jump into some news real quick.
Yep.
With Cayden here.
Let's jump right
But
into it.
I love to be complimented. Okay, let's jump into the news.
Hold on, wait, before you jump into the news, man, have I told you look really good today?
Thanks.
That's what he wanted.
Okay.
Dude, don't make
Fishing.
me say anything. Don't make me say anything.
That
Brian,
was him being passive aggressive about the fact
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
compliment
dude,
him
yeah.
enough.
You're breaking all your
a
own
great
laws
question.
today. Yeah.
That's a
I
great
can't believe I
question.
said that.
Hey,
All right.
you do look good today.
Thank
you
you.
look like a taller Mark Wahlberg minus the muscle.
Okay.
There you
Thanks.
go. Yeah.
Brian,
Sweet.
Brian, what is the news looking
Just gonna
like
hit a
today?
couple of these. We'll just give our
I've got
just give our
I got a
opinion and
few. This guy, California man Hector Hernandez, is on the mend after having a 77-pound tumor removed from his abdomen that he thought was just a beer belly.
77 pounds.
77-pound.
I'm about to go to my doctor.
Yeah. Dude, this is you guys. I thought it was brisket belly.
I just thought I eat a lot of fat.
That was
Could
the
you
mayo.
imagine just going through life just like, man, this thing is really coming on fast.
It would have really been
Kinda
causing
sucks.
health complications,
Well, it
right?
says here that his friends teased him about his beer belly, even though he didn't drink beer.
Hey,
And his stomach
hey.
and weight didn't seem to change
First
when he
clue.
exercised.
You know what? His friends better buy him free beer for the rest of his
Oh
life.
yeah, yeah.
Well, he said he
Dude.
exercised too, and like his stomach was just still there. Like,
So did he have it
He was
removed?
losing weight, but his stomach was the same size.
Yeah, he said he was on the
They got it
mend.
removed.
This is
Okay. Well,
insane.
that's good.
77-pound tumor, dude. That's unbelievable. Enough, and it had to be shapely enough to be like, it kind of looks like your stomach.
Well, that hey,
It would have been
It
perfectly
says in
positioned.
the article that like if you think that something like this, like to be aware that like you're, like if it can be it's most likely going to be lopsided on one side.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good sign. If it's hard, it's a good
Okay.
sign.
Yeah.
Mine's symmetrical.
Statistically, though, you're
swelling.
probably just fat.
If you get swelling in one leg because it cuts off blood flow to one
Yeah.
side.
That's my excuse
So.
from now on.
if it's got
Have you gained a little
if
bit
it's
of
got
weight?
teeth,
It's
hair, and an
tumors,
ear,
man.
tumor.
might be a tumor.
I have 2 tumors right here. I call them love handles. There's just one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts, man. I've never
He
seen
lost 100
anything like
pounds
that.
after the surgery.
Woo.
So they took out a little more than the tumor.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
Dude,
All
you
right.
might as well get it done if
Yeah.
they're in there already, you know?
Hey, I have to say though, if you have to have a 77-pound tumor on your body, put it in my belly. You know, I mean, at least
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. There's nowhere more convenient to have
Right.
a tumor of that
What
size.
I don't want it is on my hand or on my back.
On your
so
back, bro.
whenever I wear a shirt, it's like either I look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame,
Yeah.
or it's just like, dude, that guy has the biggest mole I've ever seen. It's disgusting.
Biggest mole.
Brian,
I don't think anybody would say that.
all right.
Brian, what
let's
else is
move
there?
on. The Jerry Springer show is now going to be Judge Jerry.
Stop it.
Well,
Are
Really?
is
He's
this
got a new
legal?
show.
Like, is he?
apparently he got a law degree.
No, listen. Hey,
He got a
mem-
law degree from Northwestern University in 1968.
Yeah, hold on a second. Remember
This guy
when
got a law degree and then did Jerry Springer,
Well,
the
time
TV
out.
Oh, he
show?
made a lot of money though.
Well,
Time out,
it's-
time out.
he did
Remember
politics
when
and
I
then
went
he
on
was
my
a
whole
mayor.
Remember
Oh,
when my
wow.
whole rant about how mayors don't do anything?
Yes.
Jerry Springer was a mayor, I believe, of the city
Cincinnati.
that you guys
Yeah,
used to live in.
Cincinnati, right?
He was a mayor of Cincinnati.
Yeah, we were outside of Cincinnati. but,
Wow. Wow.
You know.
Whatever.
Dude.
So yeah,
I'll just start telling
Jerry's
you live in
getting it done.
Wakulla.
you guys were probably too young, but that Jerry Springer show in its day was good television.
Oh,
Entertainment,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot of people's
Gosh.
guilty
But now
pleasure.
he can legally hear cases.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if he's got a law degree,
I love
mean,
that, dude.
But are any of those judges? I mean, is that like are they really
So
judging?
Judge Judy is actually a judge.
Like, it's
civil
for
court,
where
real.
like
right?
you can I don't know how they go about picking the cases, but essentially like they can pick certain types of cases where like they actually
Would there
allow
be
her to
anything
make
more
a
fun than if
ruling.
like Judge Jerry, the show, got to try like the biggest murder case of this decade?
Oh, dude.
Like civil
like
cases,
imagine.
right?
Could you imagine
Imagine.
if it was OJ?
retry OJ?
Retry
Dude,
OJ on
yes.
Judge
Oh my
Springer?
gosh, on Judge
They're never
Jerry.
like criminal cases. They're like civil cases. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if a show like that
It's
got
like your
to do a
dog
criminal
got in
case,
my yard and like dug up my.
Yeah.
like if you've
Grandma or
watched
something.
Making a Murderer, we need to get Stephen Avery for his retrial
For
on
Judge
Judge
Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
That guy's going free.
I would
Dude.
watch the crap out of that.
He's
man.
going
Yeah.
free for life. He's going
Yeah.
to be like, and also, you can never convict him of anything again. And then he's going to murder a lot of people.
pardoned.
At any point, if the defendant doesn't like the prosecutor's question, they can fist fight. Right
Yeah.
there in the courtroom.
Yes.
They
yes.
just ring a bell and then we know
Yeah.
it's
And
going.
it's on.
Dude,
Absolutely.
so Jerry would be Judge Jerry. That might be a lot of fun. What would be even more fun? I don't know what other celebrities I would watch a judge show for, but
man.
dude, if Kevin Hart was a judge, I
Oh
would
my
watch that
gosh.
show
Yeah, that'd be
all the
hilarious.
time, dude.
Yeah.
If anybody just gets to be a
If
judge, just go-
If Dave Chappelle had a law degree,
I just think it's interesting. You can get a law degree in 1968, not do anything in law.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I mean, I don't know where it's being filmed, but
And
do you have to pass the bar in that state to do the show?
assuming
Like,
he
how does that
does.
work?
who knows?
I'm assuming that he would need.
yeah,
to,
I mean, where does Judge Judy even film? Because he might just be filming in Ohio or wherever he got his degree at.
I think the Jerry Springer show was like in Chicago.
No, I think it was it.
Yeah,
It wasn't
I
New
think they filmed-
Jersey. Who's in New Jersey? Maury?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Maury Povich.
Dude, good for Jerry.
Good for Jerry.
Get back
dude.
in there, dude.
That's pretty
Judge
dope.
We miss
Jerry to
you.
you.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Your honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
All right.
Honor,
He's gonna get the
What
bailiff
else?
on
Mr.
you.
Springer.
What else is there?
All right, this one. This was about 2 days ago. There was an ATM in Houston that was accidentally giving out $100 bills instead of $20 bills and recording them as $20 bills.
I'm emptying my bank account.
So this is what
Yeah.
prosperity preachers have been talking about for decades. Their prophecies
Dude, it's
came
in
true.
Houston.
Someone who went to that ATM had just left Joel Osteen's church.
Dude, Joel Osteen is over there just freaking ripping. That's a Houston. It's
Someone
perfect.
visited for the first time. They left, went to the ATM. Hundreds came out, and they were like, "Yo, this dude's for real, bro! Like, it is my best
dude,
life.
One thing in the
now is
one
my
thing in the
best life."
prosperity circles that you'll hear is that they're like, "Hey, go to your mailbox and just pray."
Yeah,
and like you
yeah,
might
they'll
have
be like-
unexpected like checks show up.
And then they have people that are up there like, "Yeah, one day I walked in my mailbox." And there was just a check from. And I mean, come to find out, it's something like it's like back taxes, whatever
right.
it's called, a refund. It's stuff that's like, yeah, obviously that happens to people.
Yeah, somebody's
but
like,
they're like,
I-
if you have enough faith, someone's just gonna mail you money.
Yeah, I heard somebody like
work?
I don't know.
to my job? I don't have a
Whoa.
mailbox, God. I gotta open a PO box
Yeah,
right now.
but dude, apparently, dude, just pray really hard, go to the ATM, and just hope that there's a massive glitch.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm emptying all my accounts. There's no reason.
Okay,
not
in all
to.
seriousness, though. Now,
this story.
this story. Okay, are you taking the $100 bills? Are you really taking them,
Is that a question?
or are you gonna like?
Great question.
Are you gonna have a little bit of morality, and go to the company that is probably gonna be out a lot of money?
It was no. It was Bank of America.
Or
That's what it said.
Or what if?
Is that what
because
it said,
I think-
right?
I
Bank
think
of
this.
America?
Hey, listen. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take
Bank
the
of
moral
America.
high ground here.
Mm.
I think of the guy. There's probably a guy that's making $16 an hour that's in charge of programming ATMs, and this
Yeah.
guy is going to be in a world of trouble. He could end up having to pay back this money. Who knows? I think about that.
Okay, let me.
Well, it
tell,
says at the
I
end of
mean,
the
I'll have a
article,
lot
they're
of time
trying
to think about
decide
that
of
as I
what the-
keep re-entering my PIN number and
they did.
pulling
They
out
did
$100
They are,
bills.
$20.
they are trying to
did what?
decide. At the end of the article, it says they're trying to decide whether or not what people did was committing a crime. So, like, if you go to an ATM and there's a glitch and you say, "I want $100," and then it gives you 500, like,
Yeah.
is that a crime to take the
I
money?
don't think that's a crime.
Okay, so
I don't
here's
know.
the-
my
here's-
opinion. I don't know what.
here's
the law is.
honestly
I mean,
what I'm
machine
doing.
spit money out at you. Are you supposed to like not take it?
Here's honestly what I'm
The
doing.
machine should be arrested.
Yeah.
I am taking the money.
Give him the chair. Fry
This-
that thing.
This
I
is
am
why the robots come for us.
taking the
Death
money,
penalty, dude. Fry it.
and then I'm calling anonymously to Bank of America, like, "Hey guys, your ATM's jacked up. It's giving out hundreds." And they're like, "What's your name?" And I hang up. So I'm taking my money, but I'm just I don't
They're
want
gonna
it to
they're
go
gonna
too
find
far.
out when you called, and
Hey.
then they're gonna go to the camera on that ATM,
Hey,
and they're gonna see
here's
your
the deal,
face.
dude. I hop in a cab, act like nothing's. I'm just super cool. They don't even know, dude. Just right in my pocket. I get in a taxi. I ride off, and then I call them and I ping off a different cell tower. They don't know where I am, dude. Throw me in jail. Try and find me because I'm wearing size 14 shoes, and they're gonna be looking for a tall dude. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm taking it and I'm doing an anonymous.
I feel like
call.
I have to. I honestly,
You
I feel
think
like
somebody
I have to give
made
this
it
money back.
glitch? Like, do you think it was intentional?
No,
Because I feel like,
I feel like it's any machine could just do something weird like that.
but I mean, do they even keep hundreds in the ATMs, or did someone put hundreds in instead of 20s on accident?
Oh, that might actually be it. I don't know if any
'Cause I
ATMs
don't know if they
actually
have
spit
someone
out
who
hundreds.
loaded it with
in Vegas,
hundreds.
they definitely do.
Do they?
Absolutely.
But like at a normal ATM, I don't know
I've
if
never
even
been
if
at
you go
ATM
up
where
and
you can
get
get hundreds.
$200, they give you in 20s, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I think most ATMs only hold 20s. So that's interesting. That might actually have been the problem. All right, you want to hit what? One more?
Say one more.
Yeah,
one
I
more?
like this one actually. Knickers the cow. Did you guys see this? It was on Twitter.
No,
Okay. A giant steer goes viral after being too big for a slaughterhouse.
dude,
This
look
thing
at that
is
cow!
massive. Is that a
real
Look
picture?
at that cow!
This thing is massive.
Whoa!
Hey.
Whoa!
So
Yeah, those are other cows standing around him.
Whoa!
6 foot 4 inches tall.
Knickers
Like-
is huge.
Whoa!
Dude, this cow is enormous. Here's the thing. Who cares if you can't fit into this slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
Because somebody just needs to go out there and kill this thing.
Yeah, for real. This heifer's going down.
Yeah.
I don't
it
know.
says that it weighs about 1.4 tons. TONNES. Is that like a ton or is that?
TONNES.
Yeah. What is? I
Where
don't know.
where's this at,
Tones.
Weighs 1.4 tones.
Tones.
dude? Why it
I
should
think
be in a
that's just like
carnival
the-
somewhere.
I think
I
that's
think
just
it's
like
like-
the technical spelling of a ton. It's metric ton.
Oh, it's a metric ton. Yeah. So yeah, it's 3,086 pound cow.
Dude, that thing is huge. Could you imagine?
Yeah, it says it weighs as much as a mini.
Could you
Cooper.
imagine
Hey,
the fat caps
yeah,
that
but
you're
real quick-
about to get
real quick,
from
can-
that freaking
Subtract
cow?
like 1,000 pounds from that, because y'all aren't gonna eat it.
Y'all are just going to be passing it off to the people with taste buds.
Okay.
You're welcome.
That is insane. Though.
That's
So what are they
crazy.
gonna do with the? Just let it
I
live a
think they just
happy
gonna
life?
let it live. Yeah.
We don't.
I
do
mean,
that
I don't
here.
know how healthy I don't know. Once you're that big, like I'm sure you have health.
Dude,
it's gonna
are
have health
those-
problems?
Are those
yeah,
other
yeah.
cows just like scared to death every time they wake
That
up?
cow. After this article went out, that cow has one problem.
I know the article says
And it's
that
not
the-
its own health.
The article says that the other cows follow it around because like it's so big and they just kind of.
It's like a god cow. They formed their own religion. They formed their own
It's a
religion.
God cow.
It really is, bro. All these other cows are like,
They're like-
he's gonna save us. They think that cow's gonna rescue them.
Because he doesn't go
They've
to the
been watching their
slaughterhouse.
buddies just marched away to
like,
their death, and then this
is
guy
the
shows
savior.
up.
This
Yeah.
is the savior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Watch out for the next article. Knickers murders an entire slaughterhouse staff.
Yeah, it
Knickers
says
learns how to
that,
operate an AR-15.
The owner said that whenever he gets up and starts walking, there's a trail of hundreds of cattle following him.
That's
So
creepy.
sick.
That's weird.
That's
This
so
is
sick.
a Disney movie.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The fascinating thing is what the other cows would do.
Yeah, for real.
Because they
Oh,
wake up
man.
every day and they just look and they're like, holy crap.
Knickers.
Look at that thing,
I mean,
dude.
And he's like, what do they call those? Like Holstein cows, the black and the white
Yeah,
ones, and all
dude.
those other brown
Just
cows.
classic,
He's a
dude.
cow god.
Yeah, he's a
is,
cow
dude.
god.
He is.
It's like if
Look at that.
it's like if The Rock walked in this room right now, we would
Yeah,
all
that's
we
what
would
it
all
would look
stand up
like.
and follow him
Yeah.
out. We'd just be like, dude, that's unbelievable.
Is Knickers a boy or a girl? Looks like
Boy, a neutered male
Let's see
cow.
that piece.
Neutered.
Oh man, I was about to say, golly, dude.
Almost as tall as basketball star Michael Jordan and weighs as much as a Mini Cooper.
Good for Knickers, man.
That's so dope.
he avoided slaughter.
We need more stories like that.
Yeah.
How high up is he going in the draft?
Oh, number one.
He's kind of slow.
He's
Cow-
going above
He's going-
Zion
he's
Williams.
a god.
For sure.
He's a god.
Yeah, he
You're
is.
right.
Maybe demigod.
Yeah.
The cow god would
Dude,
probably.
that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm more of a glow about.
I
him.
love that.
Good for him.
I love
I still
that.
think they should. I don't think he should get out of being slaughtered though.
Yeah.
I think we need to.
Hey,
I
Clint,
need
I'm
that.
calling your son Knickers from now on. By the way,
He's a beast.
largest
All the-
baby.
All the other babies follow him
Yeah,
around.
yeah. You're gonna put him in daycare, and there's just gonna be a bunch of babies crawling.
Dude, that was good. Well, okay.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Hey, Cayden.
I'm glad
thanks for
you
letting
got
me
to
sit
stop
down.
in.
Yeah,
thanks
for real.
stopping
Yeah.
by, man.
Absolutely.
I told my wife I was just coming to look at the room. She just called me. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm about to leave.
Do you like the half room?
This
We
is
didn't
awesome.
even get your thoughts.
This is
Cool.
awesome. It's really dope.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll have to
really
have
dope.
you on
It's
again for
comfortable.
sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, that's it, man.
Cool.
Yep.
Love and hate.
Love
Merry
and hate.
Christmas
Yep.
coming up. All right. See you guys.
Peace.